Chosen one. There is a reason your spirit felt restless before this video began. There is a reason something inside you has sensed movement, pressure, and anticipation all at once. You've been feeling it in quiet moments, in sudden emotional waves, in the awareness that something irreversible is approaching, even though nothing around you seems to confirm it yet. That tension you feel is not confusion. It is alignment. It is the space between promise and manifestation, and it is uncomfortable because what's coming can no longer be delayed. Chosen one, you did not arrive here by chance. This message found you because your spirit is already standing at the edge of a supernatural release. You have survived resistance that should have stopped you. You have endured delays that were never meant to destroy you, only to position you. And now the forces that once opposed you are losing authority. What God has set in motion is no longer negotiable. Anointed one. If you stay with this word, what you've been carrying in silence will finally make sense. This is not hype. This is revelation. As you listen, allow your spirit to settle, and if this resonates, stay connected, subscribe quietly to remain aligned, and let your faith speak by commenting 777. Nothing can stop what's coming now because heaven has already decided. Chosen one. What you are sensing right now is not imagination, and it is not emotional instability. It is the pressure of timing converging. There are moments in life when resistance increases, not because you are going the wrong way, but because you are too close to something irreversible. And this is one of those moments. What you've been calling delay was never heaven hesitating. It was heaven arranging. You were being positioned in silence while outcomes were being prepared beyond your line of sight. Anointed one. I need you to understand this deeply. Nothing can stop what is coming now because it is no longer forming. It has already been authorized. There is a difference between a promise that is spoken and a promise that has entered motion. When heaven shifts from speaking to enforcing, opposition loses leverage. That is why things that once intimidated you no longer carry the same weight. That is why fear has been trying harder lately. Fear always gets loud when its lease is about to expire. Chosen one. I have lived through seasons where it felt like everything was working against me at once. Doors closing, people changing, resources drying up. And the most confusing part wasn't the struggle, it was the silence. No clear instruction, no dramatic sign, just pressure. Looking back now, I see it clearly. That silence was not abandonment, it was insulation. Heaven was keeping me from moving too early, speaking too soon, attaching myself to people and systems that would not survive the next level. If I had arrived when I wanted to, I would have been crushed by what I was praying for. Anointed one. You are standing at the same threshold. What is coming requires a version of you that is calmer, sharper, and more surrendered than the version that first asked for it. That's why your appetite changed. That's why certain conversations feel empty now. That's why you no longer feel the urge to prove yourself. Heaven has been rewiring your inner world so that when the outer shift happens, you don't self-sabotage what God sends. Chosen one. This is why nothing can stop what's coming now, because it is no longer about your effort. It is about alignment. When alignment locks in, acceleration follows naturally. You may not see the full picture yet, but you can feel the internal confirmation. That quiet knowing, that sense that something is about to move fast. Heaven does not rush, but when the appointed moment arrives, it moves with precision. What took years to prepare can shift in weeks once timing clicks. Anointed one. Some of you are about to experience elevation that doesn't make sense to the people who watched you struggle. Not because you hid your pain well, but because they never had access to your private obedience. They didn't see the nights you chose integrity over shortcuts. They didn't see the moments you walked away from opportunities that felt off in your spirit. They didn't see you rebuild your faith after disappointment, but heaven saw all of it, and heaven remembers. Chosen one. There is a reason certain things didn't work out. There is a reason some connections fell apart right before they became official. There is a reason you felt almost there so many times. Those were not failures. Those were filters. God was making sure that what arrives with you can remain with you. The blessing that cannot be sustained is not a blessing, it is a burden, and heaven refuses to burden you at this stage. Anointed one, what is coming will not require you to chase it. It will recognize you. When alignment is complete, you stop running and start receiving. That is the shift you are entering now. The striving season is closing. The survival mindset is breaking. You are stepping into a phase where provision, clarity, and opportunity respond to obedience instead of anxiety. This is not about becoming passive. It is about becoming positioned. Chosen one. I want you to hear this clearly. You did not miss your moment. You were protected from arriving before you were ready. Some of you are still grieving timelines that never happened. Let them go. Those timelines belong to an earlier version of you. The version you are becoming now needs a different pace, a different environment, and a different kind of favor. Heaven is not restoring what you lost. Heaven is replacing it with something more aligned. Anointed one. This is why nothing can stop what's coming now. Not people, not past mistakes, not economic pressure, not spiritual opposition, because what is being released is not dependent on external permission. It is backed by heaven. When heaven backs a move, resistance only serves to announce its arrival. The pressure you've been under is evidence that something heavy is about to land. Chosen one, stay present, stay surrendered, stay connected. If this word is stirring something deep in you, let your faith speak quietly. Subscribe to remain aligned and anchor this moment by commenting 777. This is not about numbers, it is about agreement. Heaven responds to alignment, and you are aligning now. Chosen one. The reason your spirit has felt unusually sensitive lately is because sensitivity always increases right before elevation. When heaven begins to draw near, your tolerance for noise decreases. What once entertained you now exhausts you. What once felt exciting now feels misaligned. This is not you becoming distant or disconnected. This is discernment sharpening. Heaven is tuning your inner hearing because what's coming will require clarity, not chaos. Anointed one. There is a misconception that breakthrough always feels like excitement. In truth, the moments before real movement often feel heavy, quiet, and strangely lonely. That loneliness is not rejection, it is separation. When God prepares to move you, He pulls you out of environments that would dilute what He is about to entrust to you. You are not losing people, you are shedding weights. You are not being isolated, you are being preserved. Chosen one. I remember a season in my own life when nothing outwardly was changing, yet everything inside me was being rearranged. I would wake up with a sense of anticipation but no clear direction. I felt like I was standing still while the world rushed past me. At the time it felt like stagnation. Later I understood it was calibration. Heaven was adjusting my internal posture so that when the door opened, I would walk through it with wisdom instead of desperation. Anointed one, that is where you are right now. You are being calibrated. This is why old coping mechanisms are no longer working. This is why distractions don't soothe you anymore. Heaven is gently removing the crutches you once leaned on because you are about to walk on stronger legs. What's coming requires maturity, not impulse. It requires stewardship, not excitement alone. Chosen one. There are forces that once had permission to delay you that no longer do. Some of you were delayed not by lack of faith, but by excess attachment. Attachment to outcomes, attachment to timing, attachment to people who could not follow you where you were being led. Heaven had to wait until your hands were free before it could place something new in them. That is why surrender has been such a major theme in your life lately. Anointed One, surrender is not giving up. Surrender is letting go of control so that alignment can take over. When you stop forcing, you start flowing, and flow is where acceleration lives. This is why nothing can stop what's coming now, because you are no longer resisting the way it needs to arrive. You've learned that not everything that comes quickly is sent by God, and not everything delayed is denied. Chosen One. There is a type of wealth shift approaching you that does not announce itself loudly. It arrives quietly, then expands rapidly. It begins with clarity, with one conversation, one idea, one connection, one decision that feels small but carries weight. Heaven often moves through what looks ordinary so that ego cannot interfere. You are about to see how something simple becomes significant because the timing is right. Anointed One, I need you to understand that heaven does not bless chaos. It blesses order, and order begins within. The reason your mind has been challenged recently is because heaven is reorganizing your thinking. Old beliefs about scarcity, self-worth, and limitation are being confronted, not to shame you, but to free you. You cannot walk into overflow while still thinking like someone who has to survive. Chosen One. Some of you have been faithful for a long time without visible reward. That faithfulness has not gone unnoticed. Heaven keeps perfect records. Every time you chose integrity when no one was watching. Every time you stayed consistent when it would have been easier to quit. Every time you trusted God with the little you had. These moments were not wasted. They were deposits. And now those deposits are about to mature. Anointed One, this is why resistance has increased recently. Resistance always rises when a cycle is closing. The enemy does not fight what he can still delay. He fights what he is about to lose. That sudden wave of doubt, distraction, or fatigue you felt was not random. It was an attempt to pull you out of alignment right before momentum shifted. But notice this, you're still here, still listening, still open. That alone tells you something. Chosen One, the elevation coming your way will not feel like luck. It will feel like relief. Relief because things will finally make sense. Relief because you won't have to explain yourself anymore. Relief because provision will meet responsibility instead of constantly lagging behind it. This is not about excess for vanity. This is about supply for assignment. Anointed One, your assignment is bigger than you realize. That is why the preparation has been intense. God does not entrust influence, resources, or authority to someone who has not been tested in private. You were tested in how you handled disappointment, in how you handled being overlooked, in how you handled waiting without becoming bitter. You passed more tests than you think. Chosen One. There is a divine alignment happening behind the scenes that you cannot rush or sabotage. People are being positioned, circumstances are being rearranged, systems are shifting, and at the right moment, paths will cross naturally. You will not have to force it. You will recognize it by the peace that accompanies it. That peace is the confirmation you've been waiting for. Anointed One, do not underestimate the power of staying steady right now. Consistency is protection. Staying grounded keeps you from making emotional decisions that could delay what's coming. You don't need to do more. You need to stay aligned. Heaven handles the timing. Your role is obedience and trust. Chosen One. If you feel tired, rest, but don't retreat. If you feel uncertain, pause, but don't panic. The pressure you feel is not a warning. It is a sign that something weighty is approaching. What is coming now will not be stopped, because it has moved past the planning phase and into the release phase. Heaven has already decided. Chosen one. There is a moment in every divine transition where the mind tries to catch up to what the spirit already knows. You may find yourself questioning why your emotions feel layered hope mixed with caution, excitement wrapped in sobriety. That is not confusion. That is wisdom being born. Immature blessing excites the emotions first. Mature blessing steadies the spirit first. What's coming now is not designed to overwhelm you. It's designed to establish you. Anointed One Heaven is intervening in ways you cannot yet measure. Intervention doesn't always look like rescue. Sometimes it looks like restraint. There were times you wanted answers immediately and heaven withheld them. There were moments you prayed for movement and all you received was stillness. That stillness was not empty. It was protective. God was keeping you from misreading signs, misplacing trust, and misusing strength before it was fully formed. Chosen one. I've learned this through lived experience. The most dangerous season is not lack, it's premature access. I once stood on the edge of an opportunity that seemed like an answered prayer. The doors were open, the numbers made sense, people were affirming it. But something in my spirit felt unsettled. I waited. That waiting cost me applause, speed, and comfort. Months later, I saw what I was spared from. Had I moved when I wanted to, I would have been trapped by what looked like provision, but carried a hidden price. Heaven's delays are often disguised deliverances. Anointed One, that is why your discernment has grown sharper. You're not as easily impressed. You don't move just because something is shiny. You listen deeper now. You feel for peace, not pressure. That growth is proof that heaven can trust you with more. Wealth that arrives without wisdom will eventually turn on you. Favor that comes without grounding will inflate or isolate you. God is not interested in temporary elevation. He is establishing you for longevity. Chosen one. What's coming will require you to stand in rooms where confidence matters, but humility keeps you there. You are being prepared to carry influence without becoming addicted to validation. You're learning how to hear heaven louder than the opinions of people. That inner independence is priceless. It means when provision increases, you won't become dependent on it for identity. You'll remain anchored. Anointed One. This is also why your circle has changed. Some people faded quietly, others left abruptly. A few revealed themselves in ways that surprised you. Don't replay those moments with resentment. See them with clarity. Not everyone is meant to cross into the next phase with you. Some were assigned to your training season, not your establishment season. God removes with precision so that what arrives has room to breathe. Chosen one. I want to speak to the fear that still whispers at the edges of your faith. The fear that says, what if it doesn't happen? That voice is not intuition. It is residue from past disappointment. It is the echo of times when you hoped deeply and felt let down. But hear this carefully, the version of you who was disappointed is not the version receiving now. You are not asking from the same posture. You are not hoping from the same foundation. You have been refined. Anointed One Heaven responds to maturity. The reason your prayers feel different lately is because they are. You're not begging anymore. You're aligning. You're not pleading for outcomes. You're asking for guidance. That shift alone changes everything. When your will and heaven's will come into agreement, resistance loses ground. Chosen one. The wealth shift you are approaching is not only financial, it is mental, it is emotional. It is spiritual. Your capacity is expanding. You are thinking longer term. You are seeing consequences before they happen. You are choosing peace over urgency. These are signs of readiness. God increases those who can carry increase without losing themselves. Anointed One. There will be moments very soon where you will feel a nudge to act, send a message, revisit an idea, say yes to a conversation you once ignored. These nudges will not come with drama. They will come with calm. Pay attention to calm. Calm is often heaven's signal. Chaos is not always the enemy, but calm is almost always confirmation. Chosen One. What's coming will not require you to abandon who you are. It will require you to be more of who you already are. You won't have to perform. You won't have to pretend. You won't have to exaggerate. You'll simply show up aligned, and doors will respond. When alignment meets opportunity, effort multiplies. Anointed One. Some of you have been preparing for this season without knowing it. You learned to manage with little. You learned to stay disciplined when motivation faded. You learned to self-correct without external accountability. These are not small skills. They are the exact qualities required to steward what's coming. Heaven wastes nothing. Chosen One, do not be surprised if things begin to move faster than you expected. Acceleration can feel disorienting if you're not grounded. Stay grounded. Keep your rhythms. Protect your quiet time. Stay honest with yourself. Rapid growth requires deep roots, and you have been growing roots for a long time. Anointed One, you are not behind. You are not late. You are not catching up. You are arriving precisely when you are meant to. The pressure you feel is not a warning sign. It's a birthing sign. Something is transitioning from the unseen into the seen. Stay present, stay surrendered, stay receptive. Nothing can stop what's coming now because it is no longer dependent on external conditions. It is aligned with heaven's timing, and heaven does not miss. Chosen One. There is a sacred moment that arrives just before visible breakthrough, and it often feels like stillness mixed with intensity. You may notice that life hasn't exploded outward yet, but inwardly everything feels amplified. Thoughts carry more weight. Decisions feel more consequential. Silence feels louder. This is not because nothing is happening, it is because everything is being finalized. Heaven does its deepest work in the unseen before it allows anything to manifest in the open. Anointed One. This is the stage where trust becomes more important than excitement. Earlier seasons required faith to endure lack. This season requires faith to remain steady while abundance approaches. Many people can pray for increase. Few can remain grounded when increase is near. That is why heaven has been strengthening your inner life instead of rushing your outer life. God is not testing your patience anymore. He is confirming your readiness. Chosen One. I want to speak directly to the pressure you felt around responsibility. You may have sensed that what's coming will require more from you, not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. That sense is accurate. Elevation always comes with responsibility. But hear this clearly, God never calls you to carry something without also increasing your capacity to carry it. The weight you're about to hold will not crush you because you are not the same person you were when the journey began. Anointed One. I remember a season when opportunity began knocking faster than I expected. It wasn't the lack of opportunity that overwhelmed me, it was the awareness that my decisions now affected more than just me. That realization forced me to slow down, pray differently, and listen more carefully. What I learned is this: when God expands your influence, He also sharpens your discernment. You are not being led blindly into what's next. You are being guided with precision. Chosen One. This is why distractions have lost their grip on you. Heaven has been narrowing your focus, not to limit you, but to protect you. Focus is a form of favor. When you are focused, you don't waste energy on what cannot follow you into the next season. You don't argue with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You don't chase validation. You conserve strength for what matters. Anointed One, there is also a healing taking place in you right now that you may not have named yet. Healing from disappointment, healing from false starts, healing from moments when you questioned whether obedience was worth it. That healing is crucial because unresolved disappointment can sabotage fulfilled promises. God does not want you to enter abundance still carrying grief from lack. He is restoring your sense of expectation, not naive hope, but grounded confidence. Chosen One, what's coming will not feel like a dramatic rescue. It will feel like alignment clicking into place. Conversations will start making sense. Ideas will come with clarity instead of anxiety. Provision will meet needs without constant strain. This is not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you are no longer fighting the wrong battles. When heaven aligns your steps, friction decreases. Anointed One, some of you have been asking God for a sign. The sign is not external. The sign is internal stability. The fact that you can hear words like this without panic, without desperation, without needing immediate proof, that is the sign. Desperation has left. Expectation has matured. You are no longer reaching for breakthrough as if it might run away from you. You are standing ready, knowing that what is meant for you cannot miss you. Chosen One, I need you to release the habit of rehearsing old failures. Those memories do not qualify or disqualify you anymore. They trained you, they sharpened you, they taught you discernment and humility, but they no longer define the ceiling of your life. What God is releasing now is not limited by what you tried before, it is informed by what you learned. Anointed One, this season will require you to lead yourself well. Before God increases external leadership, He confirms internal leadership. How you manage your time, your energy, your emotions, these things matter now. Not because God is watching to punish you, but because He is preparing you to steward more. Order invites increase. Chaos repels it. Chosen One, there will be moments soon when you'll be tempted to rush just because momentum is building. Resist that temptation. Speed without guidance can derail alignment. Move when peace leads, not when pressure pushes. Heaven's pace is precise. You are not late. You do not need to make up for lost time. God redeems time better than haste ever could. Anointed One, let me say this plainly, you are not about to step into something fragile. What's coming is stable. It is supported. It is sustained. That is why the preparation has been thorough. God does not build foundations quickly when the structure is meant to last. The season of hidden strengthening was not wasted time. It was structural work. Chosen One, you may soon notice that people begin to treat you differently, not because you've changed who you are, but because your presence carries more weight. That weight comes from alignment, not arrogance. Stay humble, stay teachable, stay rooted. Humility keeps doors open that talent alone cannot. Anointed One, heaven is not just blessing you for your sake. What's coming will ripple outward. It will affect your family, your community, your future decisions. That is why God has been careful with timing. He was never slow. He was strategic. And now strategy is giving way to movement. Chosen One, remain surrendered, remain attentive, remain grounded. The final pieces are aligning. What you've been sensing is real. The heaviness is lifting, the fog is thinning, and the certainty in your spirit is not misplaced. Nothing can stop what's coming now because it is not driven by chance, effort, or opinion. It is established by heaven, and heaven does not reverse what it has authorized. Chosen one, as this season unfolds, you may notice that your relationship with certainty has changed. You no longer need constant reassurance. You no longer require everyone to understand your path. There is a quiet authority settling into you, not loud, not aggressive, but unshakable. That authority comes from alignment. When heaven aligns, a life confidence replaces urgency and peace replaces striving. Anointed One, I want to speak to the subtle fear that sometimes surfaces right before manifestation, the fear of visibility, being seen, being known, being responsible for what arrives. It's one thing to pray for increase in private, it's another to steward it in public. God has been preparing you for this exposure by strengthening your identity. You are learning that who you are does not fluctuate with circumstances. That steadiness will protect you when attention increases. Chosen One, I've learned through experience that visibility reveals character faster than lack ever did. When things are small, it's easier to stay disciplined. When things grow, distractions multiply, expectations rise, opinions surface. That's why heaven waited. God wanted your identity anchored before your influence expanded. You are not entering this season needing applause to validate you. You are entering it already validated by obedience. Anointed One, you may soon realize that certain temptations return, not because you are weak, but because they are testing whether you've truly outgrown them. Old patterns may knock, old habits may whisper, old opportunities may resurface dressed in new language. Don't panic. This is not regression. This is confirmation. Temptation revisits when it senses a shift, hoping to reclaim territory. But notice this, you're not responding the same way. That is growth. Chosen One, discernment in this season will be more valuable than raw faith. Faith got you through waiting. Discernment will guide you through receiving. Ask yourself not just, is this good, but is this aligned? Not every good thing is meant to be yours. Alignment keeps you from confusing opportunity with assignment. Anointed One, there will be moments where you feel pulled between gratitude and ambition, wanting more while honoring what you have. That tension is healthy when stewarded correctly. Gratitude keeps you grounded. Vision keeps you moving. God is not asking you to shrink your desires. He is asking you to purify them. Desire rooted in purpose produces impact, not addiction. Chosen One, as provision begins to flow more freely, remember this truth. Supply follows obedience more than it follows effort. You've spent years pushing, trying, figuring things out. Now you are learning how to respond instead of force. That shift alone will make your next season feel lighter. Not easier, but lighter. The weight you carried before was not always the assignment. Sometimes it was anxiety. Anointed One, you may also notice that rest becomes more intentional now. Not the rest of exhaustion, but the rest of trust. You will find yourself able to pause without fear that everything will collapse. That is a sign that your foundation has changed. Rest is no longer avoidance, it is alignment. Heaven moves fastest when you're not frantic. Chosen One, I want to speak to your finances directly, not with hype, but with clarity. What's coming will not be reckless. It will not destabilize you. It will meet real needs, open real doors, and fund real assignments. You are not being elevated to consume, you are being elevated to steward. That mindset will protect you from excess and empower you to create legacy. Anointed One, stewardship begins long before the resource arrives. It begins in how you manage attention, energy, and obedience now. The habits you maintain in this quiet phase will shape how smoothly the transition unfolds. Stay faithful in small disciplines. Heaven multiplies what is already ordered. Chosen one. There may be people who misunderstand your calm as complacency. Let them. Calm is not laziness. Calm is confidence. You are no longer rushing because you know timing is no longer fragile. What belongs to you cannot be taken by someone else's speed. Anointed one. There will be moments when you'll need to say no even to good things. No is not rejection, it is protection. Every yes carries weight now. Choose carefully. Your time, focus, and presence are becoming more valuable. Guard them wisely. Chosen one. I need you to understand this deeply. The reason nothing can stop what's coming now is because it is not being built on reaction. It is being released from alignment. Reaction invites instability. Alignment produces momentum. You are aligned. Anointed one, stay close to what keeps you grounded. Keep listening. Keep discerning. Keep surrendering control while maintaining responsibility. That balance is rare and powerful. Chosen one. If you feel a quiet confidence rising as you listen, honor it. That confidence is not pride. It is agreement. Agreement with what heaven has already authorized. And when agreement locks in, resistance loses its voice. Remain present. Remain faithful. Remain aligned. The movement you've been sensing is real and it is steady. Nothing can stop what's coming now, not because you forced it, but because you're finally ready to receive it. Chosen one. There is a sacred calm that settles in the final stretch before manifestation. It is not the calm of resignation, and it is not the calm of indifference. It is the calm of knowing. You may feel it now, an internal steadiness that does not depend on evidence, timelines, or reassurance. This calm is not accidental. It is the mark of alignment completed. When alignment is complete, anxiety has nothing left to attach to. Anointed one. I want you to recognize how far you've come without minimizing it. You did not arrive at this moment by luck, positive thinking, or chance encounters. You arrived here because you stayed when leaving would have been easier. You trusted when clarity was absent. You chose growth when comfort was available. Those choices shaped you quietly but powerfully. Heaven honors consistency far more than intensity. Chosen one. There is a reason your prayers sound different now. They are no longer driven by fear of loss or desperation for rescue. They are grounded, honest, and surrendered. You are not asking God to prove himself. You are aligning yourself with what he has already decided. That posture changes everything. Heaven responds swiftly to agreement. Anointed one. I need you to understand something critical. When God decides to move, he does not negotiate with opposition. He does not wait for approval from circumstances. He does not require consensus from people. What he releases is governed by timing, not resistance. That is why nothing can stop what's coming now. Resistance can slow preparation, but it cannot cancel authorization. Chosen one. There may still be moments when your mind reaches backward, replaying old narratives. What if I mess this up? What if it doesn't last? What if I'm not ready? These thoughts are not warnings. They are echoes. They come from old seasons where survival was necessary. You are no longer surviving. You are stewarding. Survival thinking does not belong in a stewardship season. Anointed one. The shift you are entering will not be announced with noise. It will be confirmed by stability. Things will begin to work together instead of against each other. Not perfectly, but coherently. You will notice fewer emotional highs and lows and more sustained momentum. This is how lasting elevation feels. It doesn't rush you, it carries you. Chosen one, as heaven releases what it has prepared, your responsibility is not to impress, perform, or over-explain. Your responsibility is to remain aligned. Alignment requires honesty. If something feels off, pause. If something feels peaceful, proceed. You are allowed to trust the discernment you've developed. God did not sharpen it for decoration. He sharpened it for direction. Anointed one, there will be moments when you outgrow rooms mid-conversation, when the dialogue no longer matches the direction you're headed. This is not arrogance, it is transition. Leave quietly when needed. Move with grace. You do not need to announce your evolution. Those who are meant to recognize it will. Chosen one. The wealth shift approaching you will test your values more than your faith. Faith carried you through lack. Values will carry you through increase. Stay rooted in what matters. Let generosity remain instinctive. Let humility remain natural. Let wisdom govern decisions, not impulse. This will preserve what God entrusts to you. Anointed one, do not underestimate the importance of gratitude in this season. Gratitude keeps your heart open and your spirit grounded. It reminds you that provision is partnership, not entitlement. The more you honor what arrives, the more you are trusted with what follows. Chosen one. There will be opportunities to compare your journey with others. Resist them. Comparison blurs gratitude and breeds distraction. Your path is specific. Your timing is intentional. Your assignment is tailored. What God is doing through you cannot be replicated through someone else. Anointed one. You are entering a season where obedience will feel lighter, not because the call is smaller, but because resistance is lower. You are no longer fighting alignment. You are walking in it. This is the fruit of surrender. Chosen one. The last thing I want to speak over you is this: stay present. Do not rush ahead mentally. Do not live only in anticipation. Let yourself experience each step as it unfolds. Presence allows you to receive fully. Presence keeps you anchored. Presence prevents you from missing the subtle confirmations along the way. Anointed one, heaven is not anxious about your future. Heaven is not uncertain about your outcome. Heaven has already accounted for your mistakes, your learning curve, and your humanity. You are not expected to be perfect. You are expected to remain aligned. Chosen one. The pressure has served its purpose. The preparation has done its work. The resistance has lost its authority. What remains now is trust. Not blind trust, but informed trust. Trust shaped by experience, refined by patience, and grounded in discernment. Remain steady, remain open, remain surrendered. Nothing can stop what's coming now, not because the world agrees, but because heaven has already moved. Chosen one. As this word comes to rest in your spirit, receive this truth with reverence. Nothing you have endured has been wasted, and nothing that has been released can be reversed. What heaven authorized in silence is now moving openly. You are not approaching your moment, you are standing in it. This is your Kairos time, your divinely appointed intersection, where preparation meets promise and obedience meets release. Anointed one, I declare over you that a supernatural transfer is already in motion. What was delayed has been aligned. What was withheld has been cleared. What was forming in the unseen is now advancing toward manifestation. May peace guard your heart, clarity steady your mind, and faith anchor your steps as heaven completes what it began. Chosen one, remain faithful, stay aligned, do not rush and do not retreat. Walk forward with gratitude, knowing that what is coming will meet you with precision and purpose. Let expectation rise without anxiety, and let trust remain deeper than circumstance. And if this word resonated, stay connected, subscribe quietly to remain aligned with what heaven is releasing in this season, and seal this moment by commenting 777 as a sign of agreement. Go now, anointed one, carried by grace, covered by favor, and commissioned for what is already unfolding.